Welcome back to the channel. Reclaiming your masculinity, my name is Ray. Let's begin with this video, why women are not the gatekeepers of sex. Yes, you heard me right. There is a saying that goes through the internet, whether it's on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, or any other platform that claims women are the gatekeepers of sex and men are the gatekeepers of marriage and relationships. Well, I'm going to destroy this argument and you're gonna hear me out. So let's begin. Verse 1 is beta males. Before we get this, where did this idea come from? Excuse me. And that is beta males. Like I said, that is what I wanted to start with. Beta males who submit to women in exchange for sex. It's not being said literally. However, they prove it over and over again that these females that they line up for can decide who she can have sex with from the beta males. But there is a big however that we're gonna talk about in the next page. But then, the misinformed red pillars who assume this info indiscriminately, without thinking about it, like how can a woman be the gatekeeper of sex if they forgot about a few very important parts of this that add up to my argument that women are not the gatekeepers. So, a lot of them, like really a lot of them, claim women are the gatekeepers of sex, and I'm gonna destroy that argument in a moment. Then, last, females who got nothing else to offer besides sex to control you. Now, this is a very important part, but let me begin by breaking this argument. What about Chad and Tyrone? What about Brad and Jack? See, Chad and Tyrone are notorious for their high body count. They can sleep with almost any woman they want. On the other hand, Brad and Jack are notorious for being desired, and more desired than Chad and Tyrone, by almost any woman, more than Chad and Tyrone. Now, what separates them from Chad and Tyrone is the fact that they are high value themselves, make the right choices, and are family oriented. They don't want to have a high body count. They want to have the right partner. They are so much in control that you can throw naked women in front of them. They're gonna grab their broom and clean up the road and then walk through all of them without a moment of hesitation. Why? Because they're not interested. That's the difference between Chad and Tyrone, who are willing to go deep inside. Now, the next thing is, there are plenty of females whom they don't want to have sex with. And I'm also talking about Chad and Tyrone. Nor would you if you would see them, you personally. Whether that is because they turn you off by who they are as a person, by how they look, by being overweight, and the list goes on. So tell me again, how does this make a woman the gatekeeper when she literally will open her gate without hesitation for these four type of guys? That is a contradiction, don't you think? Because this whole idea comes across a woman can just take somebody out and he will without a doubt go and sleep with her. Now, the only guys who will do that are the desperate ones, the ones who are desperate enough to say, hey, you know what, I'm going to sleep with her because that's all I can do. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some attractive females and guys that may think, oh, I'm not gonna slip up that chance. Now, I can see where it's coming from, but that does not mean that because she opens her legs and the guy comes and eats, that makes her the gatekeeper. Because there are guys who are satiated, who thinks, no thank you, I do not desire, I do not want, so could you please step aside because I gotta move and I gotta go. Then, Last page. Sex comes from both people, man and the woman. It takes two to consent. If the guy doesn't consent, she can gatekeep all day long, he's not coming. If the woman doesn't consent, he can come at her all day long, but when she's protected, he can go deep inside. Especially if he's a respectful guy, he won't go inside because he's thinking like, man, if she doesn't want it, well, never mind. But that means that they both have a say in this matter. And that is where it goes wrong, because saying that she's the gatekeeper means that he has no say in this, that she's deciding and he's not. Now I know some guys will say, well, that's not what we really mean. We really mean that because she's young and fertile and attractive, she can get any guy she wants in the bed. But that's not a point, guys. That can happen to the exact same thing with guys. Any very attractive guy can get the exact same thing. Maybe not as much, because guys are a lot more hornier than girls because of our testosterone, but that does not mean that it cannot happen. Then we get to next. Assuming that she's the gatekeeper means you're hungry and she isn't, or use it to pull your strings. In a healthy marriage, both desire it and both want it and do it. Like I said, it takes two to consent. If one doesn't want to do it, hey, bad luck to you. But that doesn't mean that that person who says no is the gatekeeper. That comes from both men and women. A man with options and self-control will get what he wants. If he does not want it due to reasons such as control, etc., hey, she may say no, but someone else is dying to say yes, please. So how is that keeping the gate when no one enters it, like I said? Self-control is extremely important for a man, and because a lot of guys, especially the simps and the beta males nowadays, they have no self-control. Once they see a naked woman, the first thing they do is go bonkers. They want to sleep inside and lose everything, every value that they have. The manliness is gone. Why? Because they think, if I'm gonna sleep with her, it will increase my value. No, it doesn't. You may think it does. The only thing you did was just proving some people their point, that you're desperate enough to go for it. However, take a lesson from the guy who can control himself. And to finish this, sex is a manifestation of love and lust. Both desire it and both want to end up doing it. Keeping the gate means you decide what is going to happen, when, so on and so forth. Now, what kind of relationship does this look like? Not a healthy one. So, with this whole idea of women are the gatekeepers is over. Now, a lot of guys will still think, hey, that's not true. Women are still the gatekeepers. Well, if you want to believe it, hey, fine. My points remained the same. If you want to be the gatekeeper, then you must have this, let's say, the same mentality as the narcissistic girls, thinking that they're made of gold. And last time I checked, they're not made of gold. So this whole idea of women keeping the gate of sex is as much as me gatekeeping my house and say I can decide whoever wants to enter my house or not. Okay, but if nobody wants to come and enter, your statement is pretty pointless. Yes, there are attractive girls who can decide with who they want to sleep with, but so can guys. And nobody talks about that. We always talk about the girls, but not about the Chads and Tyrones and the attractive guys. And that's where the contradiction comes. And that will hurt some feelings and will get some guys, red pillars, girls, etc. mad at me. Fine by me, doesn't matter, facts over feelings. Whatever there is. Hey, thank you for listening to me and have a good day.